All right, minute late, 2 minutes late maybe, but I'm here. And hello, Mega Leech. Hello, Fox of Fate. Welcome to a new week of streams. Tuesday night. I was making a cocktail for my cocktail channel just before going live, because the one I'd planned to do didn't work. The drink just didn't work, so I had to come up with something else. I made this. It's a very pretty color. It's a variation on a Boulevardier, which normally has Campari in it. And I can't fucking stand Campari, bitter aperitivo. So I swapped it for a bitter Amaro that I do like, Amaro Montenegro, and which makes it darker. So you can calling that Midnight Boulevardier. And Raiders, hello, good evening. So yeah, I mean, I've not seen that. It's not rocket science. Someone's probably come up with this riff. I've not seen it before. So I'm claiming it as original because I came up with it myself, but someone's probably already come up with this. No, like I said, not rocket science. Yes, as it Raiders, it's an early celebration for Matthew Guy's imminent defeat. And Justin, that would be my prediction. The Libs lose. I hope Labor is returned with an increased majority, because the fucking Liberal Party have been execrable scum all through COVID, fucking absolute garbage monsters. If they get rewarded for just being the absolute fucking cunts they've been, I'm just done. I'm absolutely fucking done. I mean, we're not going to get a rout like Western Australia, but I'm hoping Labor's returned with an increased majority. Because I swear to God, the Liberals have just been so fucking vile all through COVID. Yeah. And Matthew Guy, Jesus Christ, the guy who had had a fundraising dinner with one of the most notorious crime figures in Australia, and then had the audacity to say, I'm running on Law and Order, and inventing a fake racist crime crisis about African gangs when he was literally having lobster with a mobster. Jesus. Aussie Gun Bunny, hello. Feel like I haven't seen you in ages, mate. Abigail, Michael K. Williams. For me, he's most famous as Omar in The Wire. He's an actor who has been in a bunch of stuff. Notably, he was in one of those TV horror series, Lovecraft Country. But he's done a bunch of movies. He's done other TV as well. He's done a lot of guest spots on things. But, I mean, I just fell in love with him as an actor when he was Omar in The Wire. He's like a black dude, and he has this, and it's a real scar that goes right across his face like that, which you would have thought limited his roles to scary tough guys like Omar and The Wire, but he's done a bunch of really quite different stuff over the years. So yeah, but he was found dead, and he's younger than me, so that's always disconcerting. I just realized I should have, there's one cherry left in this jar. I should have a cherry in my drink. This drink very much requires a cherry. Thought I got all the cherries out of this jar, but then I saw there was one more in them. Oh, that's right. Yes. Okay. Black Metal Heart. He was in Boardwalk Empire. And I have to admit that I never really watched Boardwalk Empire. I watched a couple of episodes of it. At some point I might watch the whole thing because it's reputedly a good show. Right. That was the last. I'm going to use this as a sweetener for cocktails now. Yeah, Aussie Gun Bunny, it was a shame. Gone. It's far too young. And hello, Safa. Oh, Justin, I feel like the Victorian LNP are very good at self-delusion. They don't realise just how much they've pissed people off. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens in the lead up to the election. Now we can't fucking contain COVID because fuck you, New South Wales LNP, refusing to do what every other state did. We wouldn't be in this position if they'd done the right fucking thing. But no, they were different and special, and fuck you. So I was thinking that myself, Aussie Gun Bunny. Michael Williams is a relatively common name. It's not an unusual name. And I always thought it must be weird if someone with your name is in the news if they die or something else. That would have to be a bit weird. That thought literally occurred to me when I was saying R.I.P. Michael K. Williams. There's going to be a lot of Michael Williamses out there. It's going to be a relatively common name. It's also why I put the K in it, to be a bit more precise. Okay. I'm a big fan of the drink I invented tonight. Hello, Annette. So let's riff on a boulevardier, and a boulevardier is basically a Manhattan with a bitter element. So it's pretty simple. Whiskey, in this case I used a rye, and sweet vermouth, and a bitter Amaro. And Campari is too bitter for me. Some people really love it. Like the Negroni is the drink du jour. It's like one of the trendiest cocktails around, the Negroni. And I fucking hate Negroni. And I've tried it in different venues. There was one venue that specialized in it and had like about 6 variations. And if it's got Campari in it, I just can't fucking drink it. That's too bitter. It's just too bitter. But various Amari I'm a fan of. And Amaro Montenegro is probably a bit sweeter than a lot of Amaro. And it has made this a very good drink. And Ed, who thinks the toddler story doesn't add up? Well, police are still investigating, from what I understand. For those who missed the story, there's a toddler went missing for 3 days. He's a non-verbal autistic kid. Lots of fears for his safety. There was a possibility of abduction being investigated. He was found in an area that had previously been searched. Now that happens. While you can say, oh, he's found in an area that was previously searched, that's very suspicious. But that does happen. So I guess the conspiracy part at this point is that someone abducted him. Maybe this was a domestic thing. Maybe it was a family member. And then whoever abducted him got freaked out at all the attention and put him back where he'd be found. That's the conspiracy theory, which may be true. It may actually be true. But it may just simply be little Tyke was lost for a couple of days and is now home. And again, if it did involve someone abducting him, putting him back, maybe they're relying on the fact he's non-verbal to cover their tracks. Who knows? Who knows indeed? But I don't know. It'll play out in the coming days. Safa and Raiders F1 fans. See, I don't know. It's so long since I've paid attention to F1. I don't even know who Zandvoort is. I have passingly paid attention to it in the past. But I haven't been paying attention in recent years, so I don't know who the gun drivers are now. It's complicated. But yes, Nettie, whatever the story with the toddler is, at least he's safe, because you really worry where little ones go missing and they're missing for days. It's like, ooh, that's a bad sign. That is a bad sign. Being missing for a couple of days, not good. Well, the little kid didn't look that impressed with being back with the family. Maybe not. It's very hard to tell. So how's it going, buddy? That happened about 12 months ago in Townsville. Kid missing 2 or 3 days. Yeah. No, it's very troubling when kids go missing. That he did smile at his rescuer. Well, that was nice. Yeah, again, if there's something weird happening under the surface and someone's responsible for the kid's disappearance, they may be relying on the fact that he's non-verbal to not get caught. But who friggin' knows? Oh, see, Raiders, that's how dumb I am. I thought Zandvoort was a driver. It's the track in the Netherlands. Been refurbished, hasn't been raced on for decades. Okay, well, that's my excuse for not knowing the name of the track, that it hasn't been raced on for decades. But that also shows you how out of touch I am with Formula One, that I thought that was a driver and it's actually the track. What a wally. What an absolute wally. Raiders, you'll never forget the Jaden Lesky case from Moe. Oh, Jesus. That was... that was fucked up. The weirdest thing about that case was the whole family situation was so fucked up that the judge actually said to the jury words to the effect, you are going to have hear stories about how these people lead their lives. You may find that shocking. You may find it appalling, but it is not your job to judge their lifestyles. Your job is solely to determine, do we have evidence of who's responsible? And ultimately, the answer was no. Nettie, have I seen the video of the neighboring house that looks like a pedo's lair? Very creepy. Lots of very creepy houses in the world. And Hellion, hello, Kirsten. There was a pig's head in the front yard. Yeah. It's all messed up. Yeah. There is... oh, man. Celtic King, you've told everyone you love them, honestly, which does not, I will say, does not diminish your love at all. Love's not a bucket. You can have love for everyone. That's fine. Glad you're here, Kirsten. You can lead me astray with, maybe upcoming purchases, because this is how I go with buying booze. Like, you see all the racks there that are pretty well stocked at the moment. About a month ago, there was a period that over 2 or 3 weeks, I emptied a bunch of bottles. So I had shelf space. So I bought a bunch of shit, and that's all come. So I don't have so much. But then I noticed there's a couple of things running out. I made this with my Gospel limited edition rye. There's not that much of that left. So I probably need to get another rye whiskey. And I don't know, see, Kirsten, because you always have the inside track on if people are bringing out limited editions. I don't know if you know of anyone bringing out anything good in the next couple of weeks or whatever. Oh, you got your bottle of Unexpeated today. It's delicious. Oh my God. I found, okay, for those who don't know, Unexpeated is a limited whiskey from Starwood here in Melbourne, where Kirsten used to work. And it's finished in, I think Kirsten said it was Lefroy, but it was peated Scotch whiskey barrels. So it's picked up some of the characteristics of a peated Scotch. I think it's originally aged in wine barrels, like most of the whiskeys are, and then it was finished in these peated Scotch barrels. And what I found, when you dilute it a bit, like either with water or just have it on ice, it really brings out the smoky, peaty notes. It's fucking great. It's very good. I rate as, being an F1 fan, very much a sleep-depriving comment, yes. Megaleech, making the infinity bottles, part of that was, emptying some bottles that were running low. I've gone through my sweet vermouth remarkably fast. I don't know whether to get another Unico's Yuzu or mix it up and get a Maiden Eye sweet, because they're both really good. So, Kirsten, your next rye will be from Belgrove Distillery in Spinoba. So, okay, I'm going to look that up while we're talking. Belgrove Distillery in Kempton, Tasmania. Belgrove, I should say. Ugh. Got to be 18 or older to use the site, but you're on your own recognizance. Okay. Belgrove Distillery. Biodiesel powered by rye whiskey. Nice. Follow. Okay. The latest. What is this? Australia's leading craft distiller. I will say they're making it hard. I just want to find. Oh, store. There it is. Personally, I'd put the buy front and center. Ooh. These are some interesting things. Okay. Belgrove Apple Hatchet, 42%. Distilled apple. Wow, distilled apple cider. Barrel aged. So that's like Australian Applejack. Would that be right? Would that be right, Kirsten? Belgrove's distilled apple cider is basically the equivalent of Applejack. Hey, musical aviator, working as I can't stop long. Well, thanks for dropping and saying hi. Yes, I did enjoy Dan Andrews throwing shade about the bullshit with Scummo in New South Wales. Kirsten, Sean from Maiden Eye, good egg. I think I saw him on one of Henry's streams. Did seem like a good egg. So you have the apple hatchet? Is it good? Because I'm intrigued, because we can't get the proper bonded in bottle Laird's Applejack. If we have a local Applejack, I'll fucking get that. Okay, so I'm really enticed. A local Applejack. Belgrove Black Rye, 500 mils. Grappa and White Rye distilled for that's a coffee liqueur. Okay, so that's not really for me because I don't like coffee. What is Ginger Hammer? Ginger beer on steroids. A 50% alcohol distilled ginger beer. Oh my God. These people are madmen. These people are madmen. Joe Strauss having a round of tequilas. Nice. Oh, man, that was good. I just like I said, I'm sure someone else has done it, but I haven't seen it. I came up with the idea. My Midnight Boulevardier. It's good. Yeah, Nettie, doesn't a 50% ginger beer sound fucking dangerous? Mega Leech, it's a Tassie thing. Oh, Kirsten, Pete Bignell is behind it, is he? These people isn't it? It's the Belgrove Distillery in Tasmania. Man, they've fucking got me enticed. Ooh, shit, their rye is expensive. $75 for 250 mils. Oof, a single malt for 140. A 46% rye for 129. Oh my God, they've got it. Oh shit. A 62% rye for $190. That's a bit rich for my blood. I love that. Kirsten, he's a professional ice sculptor turned mad scientist distiller, and he built the still himself. Nice, Joe. Your tequila's wearing. Here's the thing. Tequila is the one spirit I have tequila over there, but only one bottle. Tequila's the spirit I'm not into. Like I've got a dozen whiskeys, a dozen gins, probably at least 10 rums. Oh shit! I dropped my spike. And only one tequila and one mezcal. Because I'm just, it's good to have for drinks, but I'm not that into it. Annette, yeah, alcoholic ginger beer in summer, so good. Oof. So, yeah, their rye is a bit pricey, as is their single malt. A white rye for 85. Hopped malt whiskey. 60% for $190. So they've got one rye aged in Pinot Noir casks, one aged in ex-Heartwood casks. Yeah, that's past what I'm willing to spend, really. Okay, in a port cask. But, Jesus, I'm pretty tempted by their apple hatchet and ginger hammer, honestly. The hatchet and the hammer. That's like going into war, the hatchet and the hammer. Celtic King, nobody has not been here tonight. Kirsten, his rye is grain to glass. I don't know what that means. Nettie, you bought more clothes. Look, these, like I'm wearing another one of my flamboyant cocktail shirts tonight. There's a few on these sites that I'm really... I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait till at least October. Because I don't know. I just think maybe in the Northern Hemisphere summer, in winter, as they go into winter, the short sleeve shirts will get cheaper. So I'm going to wait a month or two. Oh my God, he grows the rye himself on his farm, harvests and malts it himself. My God. Yeah, I kind of, the rye is just a little bit expensive. But because... Oh, is white rye. I assume that's unaged. I'm pretty tempted by the apple hatchet and the ginger hammer, though. I mean, they both sound friggin' amazing. And they're unique. So Belgrove Pomelo is distilled apple cider, diluted and sweetened with fresh apple juice, then mellowed in a barrel for 12 months. Oh, that's a liqueur. Okay, that's only 20% alcohol. Let's fuck that up. It's actually probably good, but the apple hatchet, 42% ABV. Okay, no, I'm getting them. Definitely. Joe, you have a Talisker Sky single, but you won't go to work, so tequila, fair enough. Nettie, you're impressed with how many of the shirts you got, because I don't think you've seen wear any of them twice. I've got about... I mean, there's long gaps between wearing them. You will have seen them twice, but there's about I've got at least a dozen of them. I got at least a dozen. Bye for now, Celtic. Heist. Yes. I had the lights on because I made a video for my cocktail channel just before doing the stream, so I just thought I'd leave the lights on. God damn. That just tasted so good. I think I want some more. My freezer... freezer Manhattan. Freezer Manhattan. Pour it in the glass. I love the freezer drinks. They're just a little bit viscous. They don't freeze, but they're a little bit viscous. because they're very cold. All right. Actually, there are some. Oh man. Oh, whiskey. Fucking hell, yes. So yeah, the other drink I had was basically this plus Amaro Montenegro, which was a great drink. But this one without the Amaro Montenegro, the fucking whiskey. Oh, the smoke. Because I made this with unexpeded. I think I put. I don't even remember. I know I put unexpeded in. I might have even put the Archie Rose, which also has smoke notes in it. It was just really late on the palate. The smoke comes through. Oof. All right. So, okay. I'm definitely, fuck it, man. I'm getting apple hatchet and ginger hammer. I'm fucking getting them. Oh, ginger hammer's out of stock. Oh, no. I am disappointed. What do they do? Boxed gift sets. Rye and hopped malt, rye and black rye and pommeau, hopped malt and black rye, hopped malt and pommeau. Oh god, now I am disappointed. Oh man, I really wanted that ginger hammer. God damn. Ugh. Robbed. I was robbed. Oh god, will I get there rye now? Kirsten, you made a freezer martini, bottle of bone dry 50ml maiden eye. Fuck yeah, then you couldn't feel feelings. My freezer martini, I deliberately have been mixing it up, like changing it and topping it up. So it's got at least 5 sorts of gins and 3 sorts of vermouth in it. Yeah, no, Mega Leech Ginger Hammer's sold out. So disappointed. So disappointed. I had also just, again, they got me with the names Apple Hatchet and Ginger Hammer. Ugh. But the standard rye, which is a lot cheaper than the limited edition ryes. All right, so I'm just going to check something. The gospel. Straight Ryan Solera. What's they're doing a cocktail set? A Boulevardier, an old fashioned, a Manhattan, and a Sazerac. Jesus, I'm fucking tempted to get that from the gospel. Oh god, yes, Kirsten. Australia Post continue to suck for people who have to deliver stuff. Just don't be rude to service people, for fuck's sake. Even with Telstra, and I hate Telstra so fucking much, I won't be rude to service people. I'll rarely even go on rants on social media about Telstra because I know some poor bastard, it's their job to read everything going, I fucking hate Telstra. And I don't want to contribute to the negativity in life. Don't fucking harass people in service. Don't harass people who serve you food or drinks. Don't harass people who work customer service. Don't harass people who have to answer phones. Jesus. Radies saying coolwine.com has ginger hammer. Yeah, but I only want to buy it from the maker. But thank you for looking that up, by the way. Ooh. Oh man, this has a little bit of bite from the whiskey, which is fucking nice. It's really interesting. The Amaro Montenegro softened the whiskey a lot. Oh my god, the smoke that stays on your tongue, like really good barbecue meat smoke. Wow, god damn, it's good. And yes, Abigail, customers are the worst. People are the fucking worst, honestly. Ginger hammer. God damn it. Oh, wait, if I go and look at my cart, check out how much is postage? I love that you just have to tell them I'm definitely over 18. Email address. Is out at gmail.com. I'm in Australia. And oh, there we go. Fuck did that come from? Yes, I'm in Victoria. Where did you hear about Belgrove? From a friend. Ooh, apparently they were mentioned on Gordon Ramsay Uncharted. Free shipping. Okay, I'm just getting the one bottle. Free shipping. Proceed to PayPal. No, I'm not shipping to a different address. Why would you default to I'm shipping to a different address? Your web designer is a clown. Proceed to PayPal. Dun, 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 dun. I'm getting paid tomorrow, so that's okay. Fuck yeah. Because that's as cheap as an American Applejack. So, man, I'm fucking looking forward to this now. Yeah. Okay. Order details. Order's done, man. Order's done. Kirsten, you had the smoked malt in the distillery this week. Place smell like bacon. Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Black Metal Heart, you were nice to Telstra Sport and they wiped a $2,000 bill. Also lied through your teeth. Say la vie. Dude, all good. Heist, do you really think someone would do that? Go on the internet and tell lies? Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Oh, Kirsten, the smoke. I used to say with the smoky stuff like mezcal, I went, it's like an ashtray. It's like drinking from an ashtray, but nice. And I realized that was bad as a description. Smoked meat. It's much better to make smoked barbecue. It's like smoked barbecue flavor. And I believe I've said this before, Kirsten, but your distiller who managed to get those smoke notes into the Archie Rose single malt, fucking genius. Because it's not up in your face. If you smell it, it doesn't smell like smoke. And then you taste it and you go, really? Wait, there's smoke in that. And it's nice. It is fucking nice. And this one, which again, as I say, I think it was the Unexpected that's giving the smoke in this. It's fucking nice. Black Metal Heart, fair game. Used to charge 25 cents per megabyte if you didn't have a cap plan went over. Yeah, no, you did the right thing. I support you 100%. Don't want to be given Telstra $2,000. Got to find a good recipe. I've got this cherry syrup now. I think I probably want to dilute it a little bit. Or maybe not dilute it. Maybe just put a bar spoon of this in an old-fashioned. Husbo just turned 35. Starting to negotiate a smoker. Yes. A barbecue smoker. Nice. I thought he was negotiating with a person who smokes, but he's learning smoked meats. I swear to God, there is this place. It's a couple suburbs from me, but they deliver. So I might be getting some. Third Wave Cafe. They deliberately do this ridiculously extravagant, over-the-top stuff. If you want to see a funny menu of just fucking over-the-top meat products, look up Third Wave Cafe. Is in Melbourne. But I was looking at their site today, thinking about ordering some takeaway later in the week. I was full on salivating. I was just looking at this stuff that, like, because it's for football grand final, they're saying, why don't you order a fuck ton of meat and sides from us for a grand final at home? And it is, I was salivating. Oh, Kirsten, I was going to bring Burn City Smokers up. Burn City Smokers, their brisket, that's a Melbourne outfit. They have a food truck there at some places, and they have occasional residencies. Burn City Smokers brisket burger is the single most transcendental meat eating experience I have had in my life. I say this as an avowed carnivore. Burn City Smokers, their brisket burger is the ultimate meat experience. It's just fucking mind-blowing. It's incredible. I love it. It's as sexual as I get when talking about food. Yeah, Kirsten, you're very happy with Husbo buying the smoker. Upsides for you? Yes. Black Metal Heart, downside of not living in a large city is missing a delicious taco. Yeah, it is. And having grown up in not big cities, your options are limited. There are pluses if there's a particular bit about the lifestyle in smaller places that you like. I, having grown up in the country, spent the first 22 years of my life in country towns. And since the success of 30 years in cities, I'm a city guy. The rest of my family, not so much. I do have some family live in Brisbane. Brisbane's just a big country town. I have a brother who lives in Canberra. Canberra is just a big country town with bureaucracy. The only big cities in Australia are Sydney and Melbourne, which is, again, is not to say Brisbane doesn't have its charms. It's not to say Adelaide doesn't have its charms. It's not to say Perth doesn't have its charms. They're just not big cities. And what's hilarious, of course, because Mrs. Angry grew up in England and lived in London for a while, she does not regard Melbourne and Sydney as big cities. And London's got Australia's population in the Greater London area. But yeah. So I'm a fan of the diversity of stuff that's even in Melbourne, the inner suburbs, much more diversity of foods than the outer suburbs. So I pay more rent to live in a more interesting area. But yeah, it was pretty funny today when I was looking at Third Wave Cafe and I was actually salivating as I was looking at their menu. Let's just buy a big thing of meat. You just want meat, lots of meat. I said, yes, I think I do. I think I want to order a lot of meat from Third Wave Cafe. But maybe. Fuck, you know what I want to do? Because very few people get this. Kirsten will know this. The Death & Co. book. I got Mrs. Angry as a late birthday present. Got me the Death & Co. book. Death & Co. were an incredibly influential cocktail bar in the US. And the book is not just cocktail recipes. It's the behind the stuff, the philosophy of the bar, the gear to get and all that. And I had a flick through it earlier, and I feel like I'm going to have to just sit down on the weekend and have a proper read. And I'm just thinking, read the Death & Co. book with some quality barbecue meats and a quality cocktail. And greetings, Rottweiler dude and nobody. Hello. Kirsten, you're struggling to find good Thai. I reckon you'll find it eventually. Kirsten, you want the book? I got the book a little while ago as a late birthday present, and I only properly looked at it for the first time, and I was going, this is a good book. I have to sit down and read this book. And this is actually where I got the inspiration for the drink I made, which is weird because it's not a recipe from the book. I was just flicking through. I was thinking I'd been looking at a bunch of old-fashioned riffs, and I was going to do an old-fashioned riff, and I probably will do some old-fashioned riffs down the road. But I just went, it was a boulevardière, and it was the bog standard boulevardière recipe, and I went, it's a pity I hate Campari. And then I went, I could just replace Campari with Amaro Montenegro. That would probably, and I just suddenly went, I have to do it. I have to make that drink. Abigail struggling with sanity, needs some alone time, but locked down with a teenager with ADHD is hell. Oof. Yep. No, that's a bit stressful, Abigail. That is a little bit stressful. I feel for you. Look, we're not getting any shit. I wish I wasn't such a fidgeter, because I fidget with shit and then I drop it. All right. Fucking hell. Yes, I don't think we're getting significant freedoms before about November, like where we can visit people and have guests and, have you over here for a live stream. Ooh, Kirsten, your favorite Amaro. What's your favorite Amaro? I'd be very intrigued if you've discovered a new favorite Amaro. And I think you're right, alone time can be underrated. Enforced alone time, like being forced to be alone the whole time, that sucks. But being able to just get alone time when you want it, that's good. So Autonomy Distillery, that's Australian? Is it? Sorry, I just need to check something that I did actually order this. Twitch. Go away, Google. Monday? It's Tuesday. What are you doing? Yes, I'm live. Wait, what email is this? That's it. Okay. I'm so fucking confused. Maybe it's on this one. Gmail. What's the Gmail on this one? Oh, it's this one. Google, fuck off, for God's sake. D-Spa. Ritual. Oof. I've got a semi-surgical procedure at the dentist later this week. Okay, so I did make this order. Okay, good. All right, so I'm getting the Belgrave Applejack. I don't know, next week sometime. Autonomy's made in Melbourne. Nice. All right, I need to look that up. Okay, Kirsten, what's an equivalent for Autonomy Native Amaro? Because, for instance, Campari's too bitter for me. Okar's Island bitter is as bitter as Campari. It's too bitter for me. Just looking up Autonomy. Yeah. Autonomy Distillers. Oh, they're in Spotswood. Nice. I used to live out that way. Native Australian Amaro. Aussie spirits that won't cost the earth. Shop. So they have a Native Australian Amaro. I am over 18, thank you. They have an orange liqueur. Nice. A Davidson Plum Aperitivo bitters. Wow. and a Guangdong gin. Nice. Ooh, and free delivery on the native Australian Amaro. That's pretty much got me right there. Free delivery. Less bitter than Okar, and they make a yeah. I noticed they have a curacao, an orange liqueur, but I have a bunch of curacao, so that's okay. Well, dude, what's my thoughts on the Ballarat COVID case? I'm not sure what thoughts I could have on a Ballarat COVID case. COVID's just fucking everywhere at the moment. Thank you, New South Wales. Not the people of New South Wales, the government of New South Wales. Fuck you, Gladys. Fuck the LNP. They have fucked us. They have fucked us all. We've got to get vaccinated. If you're not vaccinated, get vaccinated. I know there have been some unsettling and disturbing stories about possible complications from COVID, not from COVID, from vaccines. And yes, there is a literal 1 in a million chance you could die from a vaccine. The thing is, there's a 1 in 100 chance you could die. And that's if you're young and healthy, there's a 1 in 100 chance you could die from COVID, okay? And I want to break the news to you. In the next 2 years, you are almost definitely contracting COVID. If you are vaccinated, you are very strongly protected from serious illness, and you are almost definitely protected from dying. If you are not vaccinated, you could be in trouble. So yeah, you've got to weigh up a 1 in a million chance of dying from complication from the vaccine versus a 1 in 100 chance of dying from COVID. And that's without complications. So, and yes, rest assured, in the next 2 years, you will almost definitely contract COVID. If you are vaccinated, that will hopefully not be a big deal. Hello, Stella. Lovely to see you. Is that nobody? Bloody LNP? Yes, they're evil cunts. They are. And they're not going to be held to account. That's just not how Australian politics works. Abigail, surprised you haven't caught it. Nobody knows got it. Yeah, I don't know anyone in Australia who's got it. I do have internet friends overseas who have contracted COVID. Thankfully, all of them have recovered. But yeah, you can rest assured there is at least a 50-50 chance in the next 2 years you will contract a COVID variant. If you keep up with vaccines and boosters, that will hopefully not be a big deal. If you do not get vaccinated, best case scenario, you have a 1 to 2% chance of dying if you contract COVID. You have about a 1 in 10 chance of getting 1 in 10 to 1 in 20. So, sorry, no, 1 in 10 to 1 in 5 chance of getting long COVID if you're not vaccinated. And that means medium to long-term disability because it's fucking bad. I mean, like, even having a conversation with someone who was older than me, who was emphysemic, who's going, oh, I'm worried that, the vaccines aren't safe. And it's like, it literally is possible for complications from the vaccine. That is true. But this person who was like in their 60s and they had emphysema, I said, if you do not get vaccinated, you will almost definitely get COVID sometime in the next 2 years. There's at least a 50-50 chance that you will get COVID in the next 2 years. If you contract COVID, there's a 50-50 chance it will be so severe you will be hospitalized. If you go into hospital, there's a 50-50 chance you won't come out. You will die. So basically, for this, I was trying to explain to this person, there is a 1 in 4 chance you'll be dead inside of 2 years if you don't get vaccinated. There's like a 1 in a million chance you'll die from vaccine complications. Need to acknowledge it's true. It is actually possible, but you got to weigh up 1 in a million versus about 1 in 4. Oh, Stella, what Archie Rose did you order? Because I've never been disappointed with an Archie Rose, basically. But I've had a few. Oh, wow. The truffle. Okay. I'd be very interested. I'm not ordering the blasphemy or the truffle old fashioned because I don't like coffee. Oh, gosh. Kirsten, I suppose still hasn't processed 2,000 of your parcels, but at least Stella got hers. So that's nice. Also, I did order, when I was talking about having Curacao, I ordered a couple from Marionette because I'm running low on apricot liqueur, because it's astonishing how many cocktails have apricot liqueur in them. So I thought I'd replace, it's like a Croatian apricot liqueur I got from Dan Murphy's. I thought I'd replace that with Marionette because I like Marionette. And I got their blue Curacao because I'm almost out of blue Curacao. And I thought, why not get blue Curacao? That's actually good. So I've got a lot. I've still got some of their orange Curacao, blue Curacao. So I have a lot of Curacao. I'm not sure because they usually use a courier rather than Australia Post, but I have not had a confirmation. So I don't. But I'm being patient. I'm just being patient. I don't want to stress people who are trying to fulfill orders in these weird, strange, fucked up times we live in. Yeah, simple as that, really. Don't want to stress people. Do you know a drink I'm probably going to make on Friday night? I might save it till Friday night, make it as a video for my cocktail channel to go up in the probably go up next week. So I've already got, because I got dates wrong, I've got 2 ready for next week. So I only need 1 more. I decided, for whatever weird reason, the Porn Star Martini is one of the most popular cocktails in the world. And I have made a few variants of it on my YouTube channel, and they've got a lot of views. So I just thought, you know what? Make a really kick-ass one. Make a nuclear Porn Star Martini. And because like a nuclear daiquiri is a daiquiri made with overproof rum. A Porn Star Martini is traditionally made with vodka, but vodka is bullshit as a cocktail ingredient, as I've said many times. So I'm thinking of doing a nuclear Porn Star because I've done it with other ingredients before. I was surprised. I made it with white rum, gin, and tequila, and my favorite was tequila. I thought tequila I was doing like as a novelty, and that would be my least favorite. But my favorite was actually tequila. But I've got some overproof rum and I've got some overproof gin. So I'm thinking of making a nuclear Porn Star Martini. Like fuck the vodka off and use overproof gin or overproof rum. Maybe both. Maybe compare. Make a gin nuclear daiquiri and a rum nuclear. Sorry, not daiquiri. Porn Star Martini. A gin nuclear Porn Star Martini and a rum nuclear Porn Star Martini, and see which one I prefer. Which would, that will see me through a Friday night. 2 cocktails with overproof spirits in them. That will get me well and truly going on Friday night. So you might try a little bit later for review. Waiting on a booty call. You might need to see. You got to be able to drive for a booty call. So yeah, who knows? That thing I just ordered from Autonomy. No, I did. Okay, fuck it. No, I'm just doing it. Might take a while. Fuck it. Native Australian Amaro, bottle size, 500 mils, quantity 1. Add to cart. Oh, did I add 2 to cart? No, I only want to add 1. Thank you. And we'll check out. No, wait, what the fuck was that? That just went from... No. What was that? From no shipping, free shipping. Okay, they've built it in. I don't know. Whatevs. It's good. You can't. Come on, let's get it. Let's get it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. All right. Typical live stream where I just order booze. Yep, that one. Continue. Oh, phone number. Okay. Continue. Delivery method. Yes, that might take a couple weeks. It's Oz Post. Ooh. I remember my CVC. Confirm. There we go. Same as shipping address. There are seagull noises coming from the next room. It's very disconcerting. All right. So I've got a couple of wacky things coming in the mail. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. I was out of stuff being delivered. I love having stuff delivered. Oh, wow. That's interesting, Kirsten. Last time you ordered from Autonomy when you lived in Melbourne, the distiller literally hand delivered it. They're not allowed to go more than 5 kilometers now. Who knows? So, all right, I ordered 2 things tonight. I still don't have a rye, though. I have to decide on a rye whiskey. Although I don't need that straight away. Like I went, it's about 4 drinks. I could still make 4 rye whiskey cocktails with the rye I have left. So I don't drink that many. So it's going to last for a while. It was work. That's true. I don't know. We'll see. Again, I'm fine if it takes. I'm fine if it takes a couple weeks. I'm going to hassle someone. Oof, maybe I'll do a Dan Murphy's order. Just get a maiden eye sweet vermouth because I'm going to need some more sweet vermouth. There's probably a couple things at Dan's I could get to make it worthwhile. Maybe I'll just fucking visit a Dan's. I don't know. There's a Dan Murphy's within 5 kilometers of me. God, I might go to the one that's got the wall of gin. I don't need any more gins, but oh, that's so cute, Kirsten. The guy rode his bike from Spotswood to your place in Southbank. That's so cute. I'm further. I'm out at Caulfield, so that's further. I don't want someone riding their bike from Spotswood out to Caulfield. I'm happy if they use Australia Post and it takes a couple of weeks to reach me. That's just okay as far as I'm concerned. Same as the bloody, what are they called? Marionette. Even though previously they've used a courier that was extremely fast. If they're using Ozpost and it takes a week or 2, I'm fine with that. I'm going to drink water for the rest of the stream, I think. Because it's only Tuesday. Oh, although I did want to try this. So, clarified cocktail. Maybe I'll have a little bit of that. This is all melted ice, so there's water in here. So maybe I'll drink a bit of water and have a little bit of that just to taste it. And then drink more water. Guess it's only Tuesday. If it was Thursday, I'd be fucking, let's go. Let's fucking go. Oh god, I need to fucking call the dentist and say, because they're going to give me a local anesthetic for this shit they're doing on. I'm going to the dentist on Thursday for a semi-surgical procedure, fucking gouging out my gums. They're doing it so full on. It'll have local anesthetic. I have to ask. I'm going to have to ask them. Will that impair my ability to drive? Because I think there'll be no one in the city, so it'll be easy to park. And I can avoid and normally I'd go public transport, but I'm worried about disease-carrying people. Black Metal Heart, I would absolutely 100% recommend getting AstraZeneca instead of waiting for Pfizer or Moderna. I'm double dosed with AstraZeneca myself. As to what you can expect, young Mr. Angry had a similar thing. The first night after getting AstraZeneca, I had like chills and a bit of fever and felt really weak. And then that passed, and I just had to get a proper night's sleep the next night, and I was fine. I had trouble sleeping the first night. I had chills and sweats. I absolutely recommend getting AstraZeneca rather than waiting for Pfizer or Moderna. Oh, Black Metal Heart, you have Indigenous heritage. Man, it's simple. Get AstraZeneca. Navigator saying there's abundance of Pfizer in Fitzroy. And I also get Black Metal Heart being a bit complacent in Queensland, but just get the AstraZeneca and wait the 12 weeks. Wait the 12 weeks because apparently it's more efficacious if you wait the 12 weeks. But I would 100% recommend you get it rather than waiting. And they've just check that they're following up on you because I got a whole bunch of texts checking on do I have any symptoms or whatever. That's good. Abigail, were the chills multiplying? They kind of were for a while. I've told this story before. I'll tell it again because it's kind of funny. Middle of the night, I woke up and I was like, chills. I feel cold chills. And there's a weighted blanket at the end of the bed. And I sort of reached down to get it. And I was too weak to pull up the weighted blanket because it was too heavy. And I was like, it's not back. And because I was kind of moving around, I'd woken Mrs. Angry up and she says, what's wrong? And can you put the weighted blanket on me? I'm too weak to pull it up. And so she pulled up the weighted blanket and put it on me. And that's better. That's so much better. And then I had that on for a while and I went to sleep. And then I woke up and I was too warm because of the weighted blanket. Gotta get this off me now. And I pushed it off. And I did get it off me. And then it was all bunched up on the edge of the bed next to me, the entire weighted blanket. And I tried to push it off the bed onto the floor, and it was too heavy. I'm lying there going, I'm too weak. And I'm not fuck it. And I just slept next to him. And I went back to sleep. And the next day I was fine, but a little bit sleepy because I didn't sleep that well the night before. So the next night I just got a proper night's sleep and then done. And yeah, young Mr. Angry, he said, yeah, he had chills and a fever, and he took some Panadol for a headache, and then it was good. But you do, for any medication, but yeah, for these vaccines, you do need to watch out for specific symptoms. And the people at the vaccine center where I went were very good. They gave me a little flyer with, watch out for these things. They followed up with text messages. It was all good. Yeah, but they're very clear on if you get any of these symptoms, sort of present to emergency. Just in case. Okay, water. I'm going to take a little drinky of this. Because I always want to know how my clarified cocktails turn out. It's always weird. This is a whiskey-based one. I don't remember what it is. It's one that's chill in the glass. I like my drinks cold. No matter what it is, whether it's water or soft drink or cocktails, I like it cold. Ooh, that's nice. Now, what was that? What the fuck? What was I making? I've had one or two cocktails, and I'm forgetting finer details. I made that a couple days ago. It was it was the tea. That's right. That's the spiked tea. Okay. Oh, a ding. What the heck was that? Oh god, is it another fucking spam message? Text massage. Your order will be or delivered by DHL. Click here to track progress. www.onlycash.ru. Why don't they have proper domains? Why don't they? That's such an obvious scam domain. Onlycash.ru. My God, they should at least get a domain that looks vaguely safe. Jesus, that's so obviously a scam. Like Metal Heart, book it in or walk in. You could probably walk in to get an AstraZeneca, but just talk to whatever the local clinic or GPs. Sometimes GP clinics have stuff and they go, yeah, just come in, man. Just we'll pop you up. But yeah. You should get whatever's available. Because the vaccines don't guarantee you don't get the Rona. They vastly reduce your chances of getting the Rona. But if you do contract it, they just astronomically reduce your chances of getting seriously ill. And they don't reduce your chance of dying to zero because nothing's perfect, but they reduce the chance of you dying way down. Derek in the UK, how are you doing today? Assume it's early in the day for you. It's just after 9 p.m. here. That's good. That is good. Glad I had to taste that. Does not taste alcoholic, and it probably is. So, Justin, if I could fucking stop Clive Palmer from, I'm going to say breeding, that's a bit aggressive, but definitely want to stop him from having a public platform and sending scam texts. Fuck that guy. He fucking sucks. And that's true, nobody. There is a theory that some of the scammers use stuff that if you are at all savvy, you will spot because they want to filter out people who are likely to realize it's a scam. And they only want to get people who are just very gullible or very uneducated about scams so they can scam them. Yeah, how much it is. Like Mental Heart, yeah, sense of urgency went up when your GP said COVID hits Indigenous people harder. It does, man. And it is. It's the fucking shame. Well, it's one of several. I'll call it the shame of Australia. The very poor record we have with health outcomes for Indigenous people. So yeah, I absolutely recommend you get a vaccine, dude. Derek, 12:10. Okay, so yeah, 9 hours earlier. Okay. Advise us to get the jab. Oh yeah, cut down the number of deaths. Yes, I have seen that, Derek. Lots of cases, but comparatively fewer deaths. And we're about to have a significant we have a significant outbreak, and it's going to get worse. So yes, Black Metal Heart, I'd say take advantage of the fact there's not many cases in Queensland now. Get the vaccine. If it ends up being AstraZeneca, yeah, maybe wait the whole 12 weeks because it's more efficacious then, because hopefully you won't get exposed to it in that 12 weeks. But follow the guidance from the clinic who's giving out the vaccine. I had 12 weeks between my two doses. What was my dose? Like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago? My second dose, that is. So, and again, apparently the thinking is after your second dose, it takes about 2 weeks to fully spread through your system and give you full protection. So I'm at the best protection I can get stage, which is nice to think. And the offspring in the angry household are all on the road to getting vaccines, getting first doses, getting appointments, and all that sort of shit. So yes, definitely get a vaccine. Do it. Only in a very small number of cases do people have a health condition that would restrict them in any sensible way from getting a vaccine. But yeah, if you get credible advice from your medical practitioner, then follow that. But yes, get it. Heist. If I was in New South Wales, I would be listening to the health advice that said reduce the gap on AstraZeneca to 6 weeks. If I was in New South Wales, I would absolutely be doing that. In Victoria is rapidly reaching the stage where I would also advise it. Other states that have very few to almost no cases, I think currently you can probably afford to wait, but I would take instruction from the clinic that's giving you the dose. I would follow the instruction of what they said to do. My unsolicited and untrustworthy advice is outside of New South Wales, I'd probably wait because it was more efficacious. But if I was in New South Wales, I'd be having the shortest recommended gap between first and second dose because it is fucking everywhere in New South Wales. Victoria is rapidly approaching that, but the other states, maybe you can wait a bit longer. Abigail, that's a big question. The third dose, the booster. I think the jury is still out. I think most of the thinking at this point is wait 6 to 8 months for a booster shot. There's certainly no program in Australia yet for a third shot. And Black Metal Heart, you may be right about Israel doing booster shots because they had one of the fastest vaccination rates in the world. And then they still got a fucking huge outbreak because apparently 80% of your population being vaccinated, 20% unvaccinated, is still plenty of people to spread really quite virulent variants. So get vaccinated because it's very risky to not be. Nobody, you wonder if you should get the Astra because you have chronic fatigue. I'm not aware of any complications related to chronic fatigue, but I'm not a medical practitioner. I would go with the advice of your medical practitioner. Having said that, I will say some GPs are giving out shit advice, quite honestly. So it's complicated. The whole thing is very, very, very complicated. But nobody, I would consult your health practitioner, someone who knows your conditions, and do it. Raiders say Israel and the US definitely doing third shots. Yeah. We will all need annual boosters. COVID's not going away. Whether or not it ends up being part of the annual flu shot, or we end up with 2 different annual shots, one for the spectrum of influenza viruses that are going around and a different one for COVID variants, who knows? But we will definitely need at least an annual COVID vaccination because it's not going away. It's going to stay in circulation. Hi, she's saying one of the GPs at your local place has been wearing his mask around his chin. Ugh. Like I said, I've just heard way too many stories about GPs giving out fucking shit advice, honestly. Still having a wee nip of the truffle, Fuck me, it's yummy. Nice. Oh, Stella, how much coffee flavor would you say is in it? Nobody. You need to see your doctor as it happens. Haven't seen them about your total collapse. We all learn about. Talk to your doctor and talk about vaccines. That if the doctor knows you and your conditions, I am very hopeful they will give you informed advice, because it is important that you get informed advice. Hey, Toby, you're on Facebook now. Raiders, 0.72% of the US has had a third shot. Yeah, I'm not surprised, because it's supposed to be 6 to 8 months after your second shot. There's not going to be many people with a third shot. But yeah, we will all need to get boosters in the next, well, yeah, as time goes on. We're going to need at least one COVID booster per year, because it's not going away. It's just going to stay in circulation. Stella, you had a nicely packed order. Excellent. Okay, I was just thinking I should stop buying alcohol now. I just bought. I've ordered 4 bottles in the last couple of days. I'd spent a while looking at my rack going, no, too much. I should stop buying. I keep having these impulses to buy. I should resist that impulse. Now I've ordered 4 bottles in the last couple of days. I don't know. Look, it'll probably take a week or 2 to arrive, and I can empty another couple bottles in that time. Free up some shelf space. Jesus, Raid is saying only 52% of the US is fully vaccinated. That's so fucking shit. Oh, their health system's gonna fucking collapse. Seriously. Justin, if your doctor says you're going to need to use something for the rest of your life and you're in your 30s, see another doctor. I don't know, man. Depends. I think that's too broad a statement. Some people with chronic conditions do need some sort of treatment. That's like if you're diabetic, you have to use insulin your whole life. Toby, how much alcohol do I have? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 7 times 3, 21, 21, 61, 81. I don't know. 90 bottles? There's like 90 bottles there, which is amateur hour compared to Kirsten's collection. I don't know. There's 90 bottles. Just sort of finger in the wind. There's 90 bottles there. Started last year, there was probably 40. There's probably like 40 bottles at the start of last year. And then I just went fucking mad last year. Oh, Derek, I'm party central, man. So Stella, it's the truffle old fashioned, strongly truffled on the nose, honey, vermouth, mild coffee on the tongue, aftertaste nicely balanced truffle and honey. Not getting overpowered coffee, but it's there. Nice. So Kirsten, with just her stopgap thing, you have 90 bottles in Sydney. But how many bottles would you estimate are still in storage, Kirsten? That's the big question. And also, it's like Kirsten. This is Kirsten's influence. Like I said, at the start of last year, I probably had 40 or 50 bottles. Now I've got twice that many. And most of them are Australian. So, and the Australian thing, that's all Kirsten. Influencing me to buy Australian product is very much Kirsten's influence. 140 in storage. Okay, nice. Okay, so Stella, you're saying the truffle old fashioned's a little chocolatey. Nice. I think, again, just because every Archie Rose product I've had is so good, for anyone who likes coffee and likes whiskey, even without, because that's not my thing, because I just don't like coffee as a flavor. But I feel confident in saying if you like coffee and you like whiskey, the Archie Rose Blasphemy whiskey and the Truffled Old Fashioned are going to be surefire bets. If you like coffee and you like whiskey, I just don't like coffee, so they're not for me. But goddamn. So but yeah, I've had the Archie Rose gin and rye whiskey and single malt whiskey and the new limited edition bone dry gin, and they're all fucking great. Oh, Stella, you're drinking it neat without ice or water to open up. It'll probably bring in all sorts of other characteristics with water or ice. Toby, I'm not killing my livers because even though I have a lot of bottles just so I can have variety, I don't drink a massive amount, but I have a lot of bottles for a variety. Oh, yes, Kirsten, thank you. Kirsten is our friend. If you're buying something from Archie Rose, use the 10 off Archie code to get 10% off. Derek Grieve, you are correct that Aussies broadly do not drink Foster's beer. You will not find it in bottle shops here or in pubs, except for some places. Foster's was bigger in the 70s. Christ, Justin, a doctor asked you if you hate yourself. I'd be tempted not to go back to that doctor, quite honestly. I'm just getting a bit more water. So my lockdown purchases haven't just been booze. That fridge is a lockdown purchase. So, oh shit! Sorry, Raiders, you got me. Use Foster's to kill weed. I'm glad I wasn't taking a drink while I read that, because that absolutely would have been a spit take. Oh my god! Oh, and this shirt is a lockdown purchase. I have bought a fuck ton of stuff online in the last 18 months. The shoes I'm wearing are a lockdown purchase, Rockport shoes. About half that booze is lockdown purchases. Actually, probably 3/4 of it is lockdown purchases. The fridge is a lockdown purchase. Shirt is a lockdown purchase. Shoes. So I've mixed up the lockdown purchases a bit, is what I'm saying. I've bought several kitchen appliances. I bought an air fryer. That's a bit of a lockdown cliche, buying an air fryer, but it's great. I like the air fryer. I like the fridge. I like the booze. I like the shirt. I like the shoes. Very few. Some of my lockdown purchases have been more disappointing than others, but yeah. Raiders, you don't buy Foster's for the garden, which just encourage ants. Because I love that as an answer to a doctor saying, "Do you hate yourself?" Okay, duh. What about the state of the world? What are you saying? So, what are you still saying about the truffled old fashioned? You don't like coffee generally. You don't mind a little iced coffee, well within your tolerance. Wanted to give this taste try. See, I don't even like coffee flavored chocolate and stuff. I don't like coffee as a flavor. So I bought some Mr. Black for a competition to make a Mr. Black cocktail. And when I ended up milk clarifying it with some dark creme de cacao, so it's like a mochaccino, it was tolerable. I still didn't particularly like it, but it was tolerable. Oh, yeah, Derek, I'm with you. If you're a beer drinker, drink proper UK beers. For fuck's sake, don't drink Foster's. Jesus. Toby, you want to drink Foster's because it seems to be the beer most associated with Australia. Americans have been disappointed they can't find Foster's in our bottle shops. It's true. It's real. Oh, nice. Justin, you used your US stimulus check to buy a computer. Excellent. I did actually upgrade my computer with Abigail's help. That was another lockdown thing. Yeah, nobody. I agree. What was the fucking context, Justin, when a doctor said, "Do you hate yourself?" What was the fucking context for asking that question? That's dodgy as fuck. So I'm just randomly going to look something up because I've got this cherry syrup now. If I put in cherry syrup cocktail. I want to see what comes up. So I'm thinking of just as a sweet, just a spoon of this in an old fashioned. Sour cherry gin sling. 10 best cherry syrup drink recipes on Yumly. All right, I'll bite. What's that? Okay. Cough, Yumly. Fucking trying to take over my browser. Cherry pit liqueur, cherry soda. Maple cherry Italian cream soda. Pina colada. Fatty Daddy. Okay, that's a ridiculous name and I love it. Cherry almond sparklers. Spiky sriracha. Diet cherry limeade. Cherry daiquiri. Okay, I need to know what a Fatty Daddy cocktail is. 9 ingredients, takes 45 minutes. Okay, that's stupid as... Jesus Christ! It's a fucking punch. I was thinking, how does a cocktail take 45 minutes to prepare? That's ridiculous. Ingredient 1 pound of bacon. Jesus. And then 12 ounces of bourbon. 2 more ounces of bourbon. Maple syrup, ruby port. 3 drops of cherry syrup. That's fucking stupid. How do you make it? It just has the ingredients. How the fuck do you make it? This website sucks fucking balls. Read directions. Website fucking sucks balls. Read directions. That's what I fucking want. Jesus Christ. The David blog. Okay. Okay, so they're saying make a bacon maple bourbon syrup. Fine. So cooking the bacon. Fucking stop with the pop-ups for fuck's sake. Reduce the heat. Remove the skillet. Scrape the fat from the surface. Pour the syrup through a cheesecloth. Pour bourbon, maple making syrup, cherry syrup into a mixing glass. Fill with ice. Yeah, no, that's fucking stupid. That is fucking stupid. That's just a bacon maple old fashioned with cherry syrup, which is exactly what I was thinking. Derek Grieve, you like cherry syrup with vodka? I'm gonna do it with an old fashioned. I think I'm just gonna make a whiskey old fashioned and put a spoon or 2 of cherry syrup in. Justin, it was your sleep apnea doctor. You're having trouble using it. You wanted to know your other options. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? See, my sleep apnea people were really good. I tried, I think, 5 different nose attachments for my sleep apnea machine. The dude who helped me out, he was great. Nobody a mild headache setting in. Might be from headbutting a brick wall today during church band practice. That could be it. Oh, Stella, that's sounding like fun. Buy some fresh truffle from Manjimup here in WA. Have a fancy dinner party. Poncy dinner party. Serve up the Archie Rose, naturally dressed, full 70s attire with keys in a bowl. Yes, key party, definitely. So, oof, yeah. No, Stella, I think you're on a winner with a dinner party idea with a truffled food dish and a truffled old fashioned. Fuck, I think I've got some truffle oil. I feel like fat washing some bourbon in truffle oil. Fuck yeah, I haven't done fat washing for a while. I did bacon fat washing with a bourbon a while back. Man, I've got some coconut oil, stuff that solidifies at room temperature. So heat it up so it's a liquid, mix it with something, and I haven't done Yeah, I think I maybe want to do a truffle whiskey, actually. Maybe, maybe over the weekend I might do um, I might do a truffle oil fat washed whiskey. And yes, Safa, fat washing is delicious. For those who don't know what fat washing is, use it doesn't have to be animal fat. It can be vegetable fat like coconut oil or truffle oil, as I'm going to go. You mix it with a beverage, like coconut oil. Rum goes very well, but goes with pretty much anything. Warm it up a bit so it all mixes through. But then you put it in the freezer um, and leave it overnight. And the oils, the fat will rise to the top and solidify. And then you can just scrape it off and then you filter the booze. And the booze will have absorbed the flavor from the oil or the fat. It's great. Oh dear, Kirsten, that sounds troubling. Your husband found secret codeine stash and took him like standard Panadol. That's the sort of thing that will create a surprise. Justin, you're having a German beer. Nice. If you like your beer, go for it. So Sophie's saying in Russia they sell pig fat. The market's for marinade. So yeah, again, fats and oils, arguably bad for you, but make shit taste yummy. So I think I've got some truffle oil in the pantry there. I've been seriously considering, doing a truffle infusion. So fat washing truffle oil into a bourbon. Well, that's in Australia. I'm going to do an Australian whiskey. Probably when I look at what I've got, probably Starwoods Nova, in fact. No, Toby, I don't drink beer. I fucking hate beer, actually. It's gross. Never liked it. Gross taste. The closest I come to beer is I will drink a cider. I like exploring. Really dry ciders, I'm not into, but a draft cider and sometimes a sweet cider, but dry ciders, not so much. But no, beer. Ew, gross. Don't like beer. Yeah, so I've been very seriously considering some fat washing using either the truffle oil or the coconut oil. Troby, what do I hate more, beer or coffee? Probably coffee. Oh shit, Kirsten, you've been saving the codeine for high pain day, and he's taken 4 today. That's not good. That's not good on any level, honestly. Toby, I don't drink tea very much. I don't dislike tea. I just don't drink it. This is actually a clarified spiked tea, as in alcohol with tea that I made. Video going live tomorrow, I think. I think tomorrow's video going live about 12 hours from now is my spiked tea cocktail. Alcohol mixed with tea. And I really quite liked it. It's very good. Still, your vote, do the truffle oil. I will probably do the truffle oil. Well, look, I might use Gaz Regan's finger to scratch my back. Will that work? I've got an itch right there. No, it's too dull. I've got a back scratcher, though. Ray, did you bring a mercury cider? My son likes mercury cider, actually. Justin, if I've been to the Hofbrau house in CBD, do beer in the metric system? Well, see, I don't like beer, so it's not a place I'd go. Kirsten feels great. Also had 3 shots of whiskey. He's off his head. Oh dear, that's dangerous. Seriously, I'm going over here because I've got a back scratcher. Gonna keep my back scratcher handy at work, but I need it now. Oh god damn. That's a bit. Oh yeah. Back scratchers are so fucking great, man. Invest in a back scratcher. They're great. They're absolutely great. Oof. Really just get in there. Oh yeah. I'm probably breaking the skin at this point. Should stop. Yeah, I think nobody's right. You need a new stash spot, Kirsten. explain to husband how he's transgressed. I'm going to have to wash this skewer because I dropped it on the floor multiple times. Holy shit, Justin, you had 2 liters of beer at the Hofbrau house. Jesus. Derek, you have to go. She must be obeyed, shouting to a job. Thanks for dropping in, Derek, and I hope you have a good day. So you made some truffle sauce pasta at work the other day. One of the guys described truffle as catnip for humans. Yep, that's an excellent description. Some of the takeaway places I order from do truffle pasta. One does a truffle gnocchi, which is just amazing. One does a truffle mac and cheese, which is really good. And one does a truffle pizza, which is really good. So, yeah, I do have a bit of a fucking weakness for truffle, quite honestly. So I really probably should do a fat washed truffle whiskey. Yeah, I should do that. I might be a weekend project. Make a video doing a truffle fat washed. Old fashioned, I think. I think I'd make an old fashioned. I want it really simple. Fat wash the whiskey, then like a Demerara sugar syrup, and just a splash of bitters. Yes, please. Black Miller, is he taking the codeine for recreational purposes? No, I think I suspect he might be in pain, although he's got teeth pain, so you're sympathetic. Right. Teeth pain sucks. Oh, yeah, like I was saying, I'm going to the dentist on Thursday where they're doing this semi-surgical procedure where they're going to gouge the fuck out of my gums. It's going to be under local anesthetic, so I won't feel it. I need to ask them if I can drive afterwards. Because if I can avoid public transport, I will. I don't want to be around diseased people. And because there's going to be no one in the city, so it'll probably be relatively easy to get a parking space. But if we're going to be fucked up on anesthetic, I clearly don't want to drive home. So I need to remember to call them tomorrow and ask them. So Kirsten, he's tasked with asking the dentist for more because he's got to get 5 more fillings. Nice. Ask the dentist for a prescription because that's the only way you can get codeine now on prescription. Black Metal Heart, the needle through the harper. Whenever I'm going to get the needle, it's just like, it's uncomfortable, but it's just like, just chill. This is not great. This is not great. I don't like it. But it'll be over. It'll be over in a few seconds, and then you won't feel a fucking thing. Black Metal Heart, it's over a couple of appointments. It's literally my whole mouth. Justin, can I get a relative to drive you? No, basically, is the answer, my friend. Thank you for the suggestion. But the answer is basically no. Mrs. Angry will be working. She can't afford to just wait around for an hour, half an hour, however long this fucking process is going to take. Stella, you were supposed to get an extraction last week. Dentist was sick, so still dealing with infection. Oof. Yes. And extractions can be less troublesome than other procedures. At least they're over quicker. Extractions are fucking weird. I've had a couple over the years. And when they're just, and because when it's not loose, when it doesn't want to come out, but they've dosed you up so you don't feel it, but it just fucking feels unnatural. You just go, oh man, they are just pulling that out and it doesn't want to come. That's weird. But at least it's over quickly. Whereas if it's like a wisdom tooth, like I've had root canal and it wasn't painful, but it just went on for a really long time. Megali Chad, blood drawn today. I'm not great with getting blood drawn, I have to admit. I am not great. I try to stay calm when they do it. I'm not great with it. So you've had so many teeth extracted. Yes, so Abigail, the cracking sound, the combination of the cracking sound and just the weird feeling of them forcibly pulling it out is just like, Jesus. Oh shit, Black Metal Heart, you had 2 extractions that took over an hour. That's fucking full on. I don't know what was going on there. Extractions I've had have been over relatively quickly. Not necessarily the greatest experience of my life, but at least it was over. Um, Jesus. I had one where the tooth was so rotten it actually fell apart and it turned into this whole surgical thing. But yeah. And yes, Justin, I do remember the famous Charlie after the dentist video. But in America, they fucking drug people out the wazoo for dental work. Here in Australia, I've only ever had local anesthetic, which makes you a bit funny. And of course, your whole face is numb. But in America, they appear to drug people out the fucking wazoo for dental work. Because, like David after the dentist, and there's a few other videos I've seen online of Americans having dental work done, and they're high as fuck. Like they are off their fucking chops. They are so out there. And I'm like, well, I've had a lot of stuff, wisdom teeth and extractions and root canal. And yeah, I've been a bit numb and I've been a bit ooh, but not like those people in the fucking American videos. Jesus. Oh, shit. Abigail, you had a wisdom tooth come through sideways in your mouth. Was a bone spur or something? Yeah, I had to have teeth removed for wisdom teeth because they were very much impacting on the other ones, but not all at once. Eventually, I had 4 extractions. I didn't have them all at once. I had 2 one time and 2 another time. But yeah, and I had one wisdom tooth, 1 extraction that turned into this whole fucking surgical procedure because the tooth fell apart. Oof. But, you know, it's all good. So you haven't heard of anyone having happy gas here in Australia since the 80s. Yeah, but happy gas wears off really fast. They inject something in the US with the kids and the teenagers, at least. They drug them to the fucking eyeballs. I don't know what they do, but it's really full on. Because your husband said you were awake and talking after laser eye surgery, and you have no memory of it. I think people tend to be awake for laser eye surgery. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, Justin, Charlie was just a kid. Charlie's probably in his 20s now. Now I'm going to look that up. Charlie after dentist. So that was 2009. So 12 years have passed. So yeah, Charlie's probably 20. How old is David after the dentist? Yeah, he's 20, attending University of Florida. Studying computer science, not dentistry. Has perfect teeth, his dad says. So yeah, Charlie is 20 now. And again, in terms of, fortunately for him, he won't look anything like he looked when that video was done. So yeah, Kirsten, I think American dentists basically roofie people. Oh yeah, Black Metal Heart, I'm with you. A dentist trying to drug Ozzy Osbourne, you'd need massive doses of horse tranquilizer for Ozzy Osbourne. Raiders, you were awake for cataracts, so assume the same would apply for laser. Yeah, I mean, clearly I haven't had laser eye surgery. Still wearing the spectacles. Yeah. This again, apropos of nothing in particular. These glasses have, they have the transition lenses. They darken if I go out in the sun, and they go very dark, like they go almost black if I go out in the sun. So it's kind of funny when I come inside after being outside and these are almost black. I have to take a picture one day of what they look like. So, yeah, the only trouble with the transition type lenses, you go inside after being outside for a while, people think you're some sort of sad hipster who wears sunglasses inside, because it's a very slow transition to going clear again. So, Kirsten, you were awake for the lacy guy surgery, definitely walked places, and also worried about your broccoli. Nice. Oh yeah, I'm actually with you, Black Metal Heart. I don't want to watch the needle, so yeah, a needle in the eye region would not be great. I don't look. I tend to like at the dentist when they go with those big, beautiful, shiny silver syringes they use. They don't use no disposable syringes. I close my eyes. I don't look when they come at me with that shit. I prefer not to see the equipment that they're coming at my mouth with as well. So yeah, I close my eyes. Oh, Justin, you had local anesthetic for ingrown toenail in Indonesia. I had ingrown toenail surgery when I were a lad. That was under general anesthesia. These days, I'm positive they would only do it under local, because there are risks with general anesthesia. There are risks. You don't always wake up from general anesthesia. Local anesthesia is safer. When I had my fucking double probe, the what do we call that? It's not Chinese finger trap. Oh my god. But anyway, when I had an endoscopy and a colonoscopy at the same time, I had what they call twilight anesthesia. The anesthesiologist explained it to me. Spit roast. That's the term I was trying to think of. Aizen and I call it a spit roast when you get one up either end. The anesthesiologist explained to me that they were using what's called twilight anesthesia, and you're not actually knocked out completely like general anesthesia, but you won't know what's going on. You will not be aware of anything. And I was like, okay. And when he dosed me, and then I woke up in a bed, and it was only about an hour later, which amazed me. And I felt it, and they fed me, because if they give you general anesthesia, they usually won't feed you for at least 12, if not 24 hours, because you'll throw up. But I woke up like only an hour later, which I was very confused by. I thought it should have taken longer than that. And they said, oh, you want something to eat? And they gave me sandwiches. I was like, oh, it's nice. And then I went home. I went home at lunchtime. I went in early in the morning. They did me first thing. I woke up and it was only like 9:30 a.m. I don't know, fucking weird. They kept me under observation for a few hours, and then went, well, you're pretty good. You can go home now. I love Kirsten and Alexander both jumped in with spit roast, but because of the delay, I didn't see it till after I thought of it. But yeah. Kirsten, your dentist had a Where's Wally? Not really sure what that means. Oh, sorry, Raiders threw in spit roast as well. Yeah, I don't know. I just blanked on spit roast for a while, but I remembered it. But yes. And they liked it when I said it was a spit roast. They went, oh yeah, that's a good way to describe it. Just one going in each end, meeting in the middle. I don't think they actually literally meet in the middle. I'm not sure. But yeah, I've said this before. I did expect, when I sort of woke and recovered from the anesthesia, because they stick this fucking tube down your throat and another one up your butt. I actually expected to have a sore throat and or a sore butt, and I didn't. So they're like fucking professionals, and they know what they're doing. And they even cut out some polyps from my intestines. They weren't cancerous, so the whole bloody cancer screening was a false alarm. But hey, it's worth getting it checked out when you're a gentleman of my age. And the surgeon said, yeah, we cut out some polyps. They're not cancerous, but they're the sort of things that can cause trouble down the line. So we saw them, so we cut them out. And you're, Micro, yeah, you're here for the last 10 minutes, man. Abigail, they'd need a massively long endoscope to me. Yeah, apparently your intestines are actually quite long. I don't know. But anyway, I think the one down your throat goes down your throat to your stomach, and the one up your butt sort of explores your intestines. I don't know. I don't know how far it goes. Yes. But yeah, and again, I'm fascinated what the fuck they stuck up there. I didn't ask that much detail. Now in retrospect, I should have. Because they're going like, yeah, the probe up my butt is like found some little growths and they cut them out. And I go, well, how is it? Does the fucking colonoscope have little pincers on the end where you go, ooh, that's not good. There's a polyp. Or how the fuck do they get something that's up your intestine? There must be things on the end of the scope that can, I don't know. I didn't ask. I should have asked. How do they do it? They go probing up there and see a polyp and they cut it off. Because they didn't cut me anywhere. They didn't cut me anywhere. There literally must be things on the end of the scope that can cut off and grab polyps, because they also, the bits they cut off, they sent off to a lab for testing to see if there was cancerous material in them, and they said no, there wasn't. So yeah, okay, but they have scissors on the end of the endoscope. Yeah, they must do. Also, they must have little grabbers, because after they cut the polyps off, they grabbed bits to take out and send off to a lab for testing. So I'm now fascinated by this thing that went up my butt that had cutting blades and little grabbers to grab the bits that they cut off. So here's, Abigail, endoscopes have cutters, grabbers, a light, and a camera. Absolutely fascinating. Stella, the scope is smaller than a dick, so you won't have a sore butt. And yes, the scope is a little tool at the end. Oh, that's a good one. Megaleech that's hollow and they can feed tools down it. Yes, and you're right, Stella. Many people take dicks up the butt with no ill effects. I just thought, because I hadn't had anything up there for a while, when I said sore, I don't mean I'm in agonizing pain, but I felt like I thought I'd feel some after effects. I actually was I thought it was more likely I'd have a sore throat from them putting the scope down my throat. I thought butts were a bit more flexible with stuff going in and out. Nettie, you arrived back. We're talking about dicks up the butt. Yeah, just because of my spit roast endoscope colonoscopy. Fascinating. Science, medicine. It's fascinating. No, I in all seriousness, I thought I would be more likely to have a sore throat than a sore butt. But I didn't. Yes. Oh, Stella, I think they use a lot of lube. I think they potentially use a lot of lube. Yes, Black Metal. Then I woke up and realized I wasn't even in hospital. And there was just people sticking things down my throat and up my butt. Oh, dear. That's life in the big city, though. This stuff just happens sometimes. But I was none the worse the wearer and had a story to tell afterwards. So that's that. Oh, okay. So had a fun night tonight. I did have a little drink of that. I was thinking I only had the 2 drinks, didn't I? I had my Midnight Boulevardier and my freezer Manhattan, and a little taste of the clarified spiked tea. So I'm just sort of pleasantly lightly drunk rather than really, Thursday, Friday night, who knows? Friday night, I'm definitely going to make nuclear porn star martinis. Make one with overproof gin and one with overproof rum, and see how that goes. See how that goes. Justin saying the ass is the closest thing men have to a vagina. Okay, and that just reminds me of a very weird online conversation. A friend Eva, who used to do the videos with me about sex-related topics, and she writes on sex-related topics. And someone else I know, a German guy who's in weird fetish groups, and they've done serious exploration, and is saying like, oh, you can put bigger things up butts than up vaginas, and longer things up butts than up vaginas, because you've got the whole intestines to work your way up, whereas there is a limit to, while, vaginas can be accommodating, there is actually a limit. And but if you go up the butt, you're just going up the intestines, so you can keep going. And then my friend Eva thought he was saying that vaginas can't expand, and she took exception to it. I was saying to her, no, you don't understand. He's German. You know what Germans are? He's German. He's a German fetishist. They've done very weird stuff. Trust me, he's not just saying this as conjecture. He's not saying this out of ignorance. He's saying this from trial and error, basically. He's done scientific exploration. Megalit, she sent me a pic. Now I want to see it. Even though the Facebook web application has been acting super weird, it looks like your picture's there. Yes, sent a picture. Oh, nice. I'm going to share it. I'm going to share it because it's a fun picture. Share screen. Chrome tab, Facebook. So that's apparently how the colonoscope works. It's going up, the intestines there, and it's got a light, a water jet, a video camera, somewhere air and water comes out, and there's an instrument channel where they feed up the scalpel to chop stuff off, or scissors, and the grabber to grab the bits. So now we know. Now we know. So yeah, Stealthy, you've seen those videos. Yeah, Germans, man, Germans. Woof. Don't be going there. Yes, Black Metal Heart. That was very HRG, wasn't it? Abigail, don't you hate it when you load up motherless.com first video? It's one of a dude masturbating with a steak knife in his pee hole. Blood's going everywhere. I would hate that. I would genuinely hate that, Abigail. So I won't be doing that. Annette, you reckon you got it done without knowing? Yeah. All right. On that note, that truly appalling note, I'm going to end the stream. I won't be on tomorrow night. I'll be having a TV watching night with Mrs. Angry. Almost definitely back on Thursday night. Have a drinky or two. Maybe experiment, because I'm trying to come up with some drinks. Maybe experiment with a few new drinks. Fuck knows. Maybe something I ordered will arrive before Friday. Who knows? But we shall see. I hope you all have a fun time looking after yourself in the meantime. So take care. I'm going to head off.